Hello and welcome to North Taramara Recreation Area for this matchup between the Northern Tigers and the Western Sydney Wanderers. I'm Annabelle Banfield, very excited to bring you all the action from this NPL New South Wales women's matchup this evening. Is that all good? Sound alright? Perfect. and welcome to round 11, or round 12, sorry, I apologise, round 12 of the NPL New South Wales Women's Competition, live here from North Turramurra Recreation Area as the Northern Tigers host the Western Sydney Wanderers. Having a bit of a late start, Wanderers just coming out of their sheds now, looking to bounce back after 4 straight losses, getting back to winning ways, hopefully here tonight at North Turramurra. For the Northern Tigers, they still have just 2 losses on their season, back into the top 4 after a win last week against the Spirit, and looking to continue that trajectory towards the semi-finals. Get you started with the lineups. For the home side, they start as follows. Number 2, Josie Wilson. Number 4, Isabella Keach. Number 5, Savannah Murray. Number 9, Hayley Johnson. Number 10, Charlotte Mortlock. Number 12, Saffron Grass. Number 14, Beth Bernardi. Number 16, Olivia Cartwright. Number 18, Bo Burton. Number 26, Amy Longhurst. And number 91, Jasmine Black. And on the bench for the Tigers, number 8, Jade McAtamney. Number 23, Misha Anderson. Number 29, Rosie Ewan. Number 31, Annalise Glastonbury. Number 42, Jada Taylor. And number 44, Isla Witham. For the Western Sydney Wanderers, they start with number 2, Lauren Nada. Number 5, Chelsea Barton. Number 7, Alyssa McKenzie. Number 11, Miriam Zamaya. Number 16, Annika Stajic. Number 18, Ava DaCosta. Number 19, Sienna Arate. Number 20, Jasmine Selva. Number 27, Krista Oliva. Number 33, Amy Barker. And number 34, Talia Voskanian. And on the bench, number 6, Ardun Sujan. Number 9, Catalina Brzezinski. Number 13, Charlotte Bradshaw. Number 21, Olivia Vanderlaan. Number 24, Isabella Sultan. And number 30, Zoe Edwards. So there you have it, both starting lineups. Our referees for this evening's match, in the middle, Casey Fleming, and our 2 linesmen, Dylan Watson and Hannah Kohler. For the Northern Tigers, first look at Josie Wilson in 2025. Obviously a long-time Tiger returning to her regular NPL New South Wales landing spot, but great to see her back in Tigers colours for the year. And they also have new recruit Misha Anderson coming in off the bench to help strengthen the side. Fresh out of Perth, spent the A-League season with Perth Glory, and has previously played in the Western Australian NPL setup. So we'll have an early goal kick for Jasmine Black. She was also a mid-season transfer to the side, coming in after her season finished with Sydney FC. There's the first foul of the game on star striker Hayley Johnson, who has been exceptional since signing for the Tigers at the start of the year. Second in the Golden Boot tally, fresh off another Team of the Week performance last week against the Spirit. And here's the Tigers. Wilson on the ball. Back to Bernardi. Got Grass inside. And back to Murray, who also was in the Team of the Week last week. Strong performance to keep the league's top of the Golden Boot list, Sky Halmerick, goalless in an impressive win against the Northwest Sydney Spirit. Meanwhile, Western Sydney did not have that sort of success last week, going down 5-1 to Mount Druitt Town Rangers, who remain the league leaders. Unfortunately for Western Sydney, it's been more transfers away rather than in. As the ball comes forward for Bernardi. Beth Bernardi looks to square it to Mortlock. It's fallen to Johnson. Just over. Corners awarded for the deflection on the way through. First corner of the game for the Tigers will be taken by Olivia Cartwright. Bit of confusion as to which side it was headed. But the left-hand side of the field is where Cartwright will line it up. Played short. Charlotte Mortlock. And another corner will come. Cartwright's second go at it here. Opts to go long this time into the area. The Wanderers clear it initially. It's bouncing around on the edge of the area. And now they come with Lauren Nada. Spread wide now for the Wanderers. It's Amaya. Switch just comes off for the Wanderers. Johnson tried with the interception. Mackenzie with the cross. Wilson was there. She just taps it back into the middle. DaCosta now pressured by Johnson. Johnson nearly pinches it off Ava DaCosta. She's forced well back. Barton's under pressure from Longhurst. Too much pressure from Amy Longhurst there and gives up the foul. Played quickly by Barton. Vascanian. They try the long ball forward for Stajic. Wanderers ball here. And after the initial pressure from the Tigers, Wanderers have had a spell of possession here. Can they get down the field and make their own opportunity? It'll be Cartwright with the throw for the Northern Tigers. Burton loses out. Wanderers wanted the offside call. Referee didn't agree. DaCosta with the initial clearance. Now Barton falls to grass. In the last few weeks, lots of teams have tried to clear it, and Grass is pretty good in that sweeping midfield role, picking up. Just sending it straight back for the Tigers, not allowing the pressure to release. Keach now. Chip over the top. Great ball for Bo Burton, who doesn't do it justice there. Inside for DaCosta. Switch wide now. Nada. Forward for Mackenzie. Back to Nada. Bit of a tangle there between Nada and Longhurst. We play on with the Tigers. They've had the best of the field position so far in this game. Johnson now. Inside towards Mortlock, just ahead of the runner. But Wilson wins it back. Now with Saffron Grass. Forward for Burton. Plays for the foul. Doesn't win it though. Lever. Back for DaCosta. They're playing with danger here. They found a way forward. And too much contact from Wilson there on Zamaya. And that's the real danger player for the Wanderers this evening. Miriam Zamaya. It's been an excellent pickup for the side in their first season. Scored 4 goals so far on the year. And 4 special goals too. Lots of them at crucial moments, so that's who they want. They want to find their left winger, and that's what they've done here. Miriam Zamaya on the ball. What can she make happen? A bit of fancy footwork. Miriam Zamaya squares it. Just missing the run of Alyssa McKenzie. Good chance for the Wanderers. Goes astray. They have it back here with Arate. They've gone all the way back to DaCosta. Now back with Arate. McKenzie heads it forward. Bouncing around off a few heads there in the middle. It's the Wanderers who come away with it, but under a little bit of pressure, and they're forced all the way back with Selva. Barton, strong forward run. The pass left a lot to be desired though. And that can be the issue with the Wanderers sometimes. Obviously they're all young players. They have incredible talent and can produce moments of brilliance and strong runs, and then just sometimes a lack of attention to detail on the pass lets them down. Barker now on the ball. And the referee's been happy to blow her whistle here tonight. Lots of fouls already given. Nada plays back for Barton. Now McKenzie. And it was good defending from Cartwright. Tigers' backline's strengthened a little bit this week with the return of Wilson. They've had some injuries there this season. Maya Cameron has hurt her ankle, who had been the right back. Now Wilson slots there, and it may be tough for Cameron to find her way back into the starting lineup when she's fit and healthy. Mortlock, back to Cage. Wilson's made a forward run. And it's a good ball from Cage to Wilson. Josie Wilson with the cross into Longhurst. Heavy touch. Allows the Wanderers to win it back. Zamaya. Burton now on the ball. Tigers throw here. Wilson inside for Longhurst. Ball is included in the middle. Johnson! That would have been something special there, just off target for Hayley Johnson, but the Wanderers really need to do better at clearing the ball out of their box. They allow it to stay in there, and at some point tonight Johnson will pull off a shot like that. But between Hayley Johnson and Bo Burton both have an excellent eye for goal if it's scrapping around. Barton forward to Mackenzie. Good strength from Mackenzie, but Grass stops the turn. Laranada passes it out over the sideline. She's been a great addition to the first grade side, having been a bit of a late addition to the team since she was rehabbing injuries from last season. Offside that time for Longhurst. Still 0-0 between the Northern Tigers and Western Sydney Wanderers here at NTRA. As Jasmine Silva puts the ball forward. It's fallen with Arate. Johnson picks up a poor pass. Now it's with Bernardi. Johnson crosses it for Longhurst. Layoff for Cartwright. Cross comes in. Too close to Silva. See a lot of the players in their long sleeves tonight. It's quite a chilly evening here at North Turramurra. At least it isn't raining though for these players, because that could be even worse. And certainly for your visibility at home, it's a lot better in the dry. Murray on the ball. The Tigers just playing patiently, waiting for the right opportunity to go forward. Bernardi for Mortlock. Didn't quite work. It's back with Bernardi. Now Cartwright. Cartwright loses out to Mackenzie. Good strength, and she wins the foul too. Melissa Mackenzie's had a good start to this game. Ball forward towards Amaya. Johnson can't keep it in. Aliva looking for options on the throw. Has Barker. But Grass makes the tackle, and then the long ball forward towards Mortlock. Barton back to Silva, and Silva has to do quite a bit of work. The pass off target. DaCosta struggling. Really poor pass from DaCosta there, and the Wanderers lucky to get away with that. They play around with too much in their corners there. The Wanderers are just inviting the Tigers press in, and a couple of near misses for the Wanderers that were really their own fault in terms of poor playing it out from the back. Bernardi for Longhurst. Amy Longhurst looking to spin around Nada. Unable to do so. And Lauren Nada with the ball down the line that no Wanderer was there to get on the end of. Ball forward. Burton's doing her best to get there. Does really well. Bo Burton, and Wins the corner too as Selva saves it over the sideline. Or baseline, I should say. But Bo Burton did really well. Tight angle for the shot. And does enough to force a save and then win the corner too. And it will be Burton now to take the corner. Short options coming. Not a great ball in. But she's won it back here, Bo Burton for Bernardi. Mortlock's coming in support. Well read by Krista Oliva. Now back for DaCosta. She's dribbling it inside her own box. A really poor ball across goal, Longhurst. Shot blocked by Barton. DaCosta's got to play a few less of those balls. They're putting her team in trouble. Wilson, great touch inside. Josie Wilson for Bernardi. Now forward for Mortlock and DaCosta. Simpler option there, out over the sideline and allows the team to reset. Bernardi, back for Wilson. Wilson almost splits the two defenders. Forward for Johnson. They win it back, the Wanderers, and they just struggling to get it out of their own half. Can they win it back a bit higher up the field and in a position where they're able to do something with the ball? Ball's with a lever now. Switch wide with Nada. Forward for Mackenzie. And Mackenzie, another foul awarded her way. Cartwright's got to be careful. I can imagine she won't be allowed to do that all game, but already a few in the opening 20 minutes. Mackenzie's just showing really good body control to force Cartwright into making some of those fouls. And Arate with the ball forward. Force to the feet of Murray. Now Oliva puts it back into the area. Stagic's onside. Murray's got to be careful there. There was a push in the back. Corner will be played. Murray's got to be really careful. She's already had one red card this season, albeit the result of 2 yellows against the Mount Druitt Town Rangers, but pushing in the back in the box is a brave decision. Gets away with it there. First corner in the game for the Wanderers is whipped in. And Oliva with a rocket. Big save from Black with bodies in the way. No doubt some obstructed visibility there and pulls off a save that showed her quick reflexes. And that's a big chance for the Wanderers. And corners are a place they can definitely hurt the Tigers. Tigers have conceded 3 goals the last 2 weeks off the back of corners. Zamaya gives away the foul. It'll be Keach who takes it. It's Bella Keach. Chip over the top. Johnson gets there. And she beats DaCosta inside. Hayley Johnson, attempted cutback, blocked by Barton. Now it's with Mortlock. Into the area. Johnson wins the corner. Just a desperation shown there by the Tigers to keep putting it back into the area. Grass heading out for a short option. Burton skips her, goes long. Off the head of Johnson. We'll have a goal kick. Zamaya beats Wilson, but Grass was there in recovery. Foul's committed by Grass. Chris Wood not happy with that decision, and he was right in front of it too. He's backing his player Saffron Graff, saying there was absolutely no way her hand made contact with Krista Oliva's face. Nonetheless, Western Sydney Wanderers take their free kick, switching it across the field. It's Longhurst who tackles Nada though. Arate. Murray. She's blocked most things that have come her way. Probably rushing that ball forward a bit. Now it's with Zamaya. Sends the ball down the wing that perhaps she expected her striker to run for. Not to be, and just a little bit of a disconnect between the Wanderers as they move forward. And I think maybe the difference between these two sides tonight, obviously the Wanderers brand new club, all these players first time in black and red. Now Tigers, many of these players have been here multiple seasons, lots of older, more experienced, more mature players. Murray gives up a really strong challenge on Amy Barker. Barker, fresh off playing for the Futsal Matildas in China at the Asian Cup. A disappointing tournament for the Australian side, losing all 3 of their games, but still a valuable experience for the teenager, I'm sure. Arate, wide to Oliva, and it's really disappointing there for the Wanderers. This league, you've got to make the most of opportunities and not give things up like that quite so easily. DaCosta. Johnson throws towards Wilson. Ball's fallen to Bernardi. Still with Bernardi. Zamaya. Strong tackle and turn. Good pass too from Zamaya. Barker has Mackenzie wide. Nada's making a run forward. That's where the ball's headed, but too strong of a pass, and it rolls out for a goal kick. That was a good move for the Wanderers. That if they can catch the Tigers out on transition like that, perhaps that's their way forward this evening. Wilson, pressure coming from Zamaya. Wilson does enough, wins a throw. It's the head of chest of Johnson. Scarnian to Barton. Really poor pass from Chelsea Barton. Mortlock able to get onto it. Johnson to Bernardi. Mortlock. Wanderers are getting back in numbers in defence, and
deliver early.
Johnson, good turn. And Barton with the clearance only as far as Cartwright. Studgic towards Mackenzie. Murray was there. Savannah Murray just reads the game really well. She always seems to be in the right spot to block those through balls between her and Keach. It's a strong centre-back duo in this league. Longhurst. Oliva, the header towards Zamaya. Zamaya trying to use her speed to get around Wilson. Opts for a bit of skill as well. Brass coming across with a strong tackle. And the foul is given, albeit very late. I think Grass is frustrated because she believes she got ball. She definitely did get ball, but perhaps taking out the player in the process as well. Hopefully a bit better result than the last free kick they had. Wanderers playing it straight out for a Tigers throw in this time. See if it's in shooting range for Arate even. Probably a little bit too far out. Cluster of players forming on the edge of the box to aim for. She goes for goal. Black initially spills it. Has to dive to make the save. But that's a better outcome for the Wanderers. Showing their patience at the back, the Northern Tigers. Off the back of DaCosta's head. Johnson. Strong challenge with Barton. And the Tigers crowd are really aggravated. They're not sure it was a fair challenge between Johnson and Barton. Considering some of the other fouls that have been given tonight, it certainly looked similar. Tigers have it back here with Mortlock. Wide for Burton. Early cross, too deep. Nada bringing it out to Mackenzie, back to Barton. Selva's under pressure here from Johnson. Strong tackle from Johnson there, but deflection. Just wide of the goal. Luckily for the Wanderers, who, although that would have been an unlucky way to concede there, it may have been fair considering the amount of sort of tricky situations they put themselves in at the back tonight. A little bit of, maturity or game management needed at the back there to let the goalkeeper know that she didn't have as much time as she thought she did then. Longhurst. Strong tackle from DaCosta. Good turn from Studgic there. She has Mackenzie. Mackenzie looking inside for Arate. It's back with Studgic. Now Natalia Voscanian. Wide for Alyssa McKenzie. And they put it in the area. Alyssa McKenzie showing a good burst of pace. Inside for Studzic. Just over the top of the striker's head. Good piece of play there for the Wanderers. But now they have to get back and defend. Barton. Good interception. Tigers just slowing things down. Playing patiently, the two centre backs. Murray, forward for Burton, doesn't like what she sees, back to Keach. Murray, great ball forward for Longhurst. Looks to cut inside, Nada did really well, and then Longhurst with a silly foul pulling Nada's shirt. Really a silly situation. Just relieving all the pressure when you had them almost on their own goal line. Selva, forward for Nada. Flicked on. Now it's with Arate. Lauren Nada inside. Amy Barker spinning around, looking for support. Back to Nada. And Grass makes the tackle. Switches on here for the Tigers. Keats driving forward. Ball over top for Bernardi. Excellent ball. Strong touch off the knee of Bernardi and Selva. Great goalkeeping. McKenzie, she's been strong, not so much on that occasion. Johnson dropping into midfield to pick it up and help with the build-up. And a miscommunication there from Morlock and Johnson. Buckley Wilson's there to tidy up the mess. Murray tries the ball over the top. Oliva was there. Johnson, Bernardi looks to find the gap. There wasn't really one to be found. Advantage is played on here for that foul onto Mai, who's still rolling around. She's back up on her feet now, Miriam Zamai, which is great to see. Longhurst, deemed onside. Nada, strong in defence. There's just no one to aim for on that ball forward. Every Wanderer dropped back into a defensive position bar Annika Studzic. Barton. Back for Selva. First time, ball forward towards McKenzie. Burton wins the free kick. The Wanderers have had a few chances at the other end with free kicks. This is the Tigers' first real attacking free kick of the game. Good position. Savannah Murray standing over the ball, and it's probably within range for the centre back. Savannah Murray, low and hard, but off target. 37 minutes in, and despite a few sort of errors nearly letting the Tigers creep in, the Wanderers have been well positioned tonight. They've played defensively quite strongly. Just making up for Jasmine Selva's poor goal kick there. Oh, her back line. Scanian forward. DaCosta will get to it. Played forward for Zamaya, and a nutmeg on Josie Wilson. Good pass inside too. Back to Zamaya. Miriam Zamaya shaping up Wilson. Can she put a move past her again? And Zamaya shoots at the near post, which Black had covered. I think the Wanderers are showing some really good moments tonight and good resolve considering they've lost a few players too. Maya Lobo, Amelia Casa, both going to the MacArthur Rams. Some other of their sort of A-League talents haven't featured in recent weeks and maybe off to other clubs around the league, if rumours are to be believed. It shows good resolve from this sort of obviously new group, young group, to bounce back amid the adversity they've had over the last few weeks. Back to DaCosta. Forward now for Zamaya. Good ball. Inside to Barker. She's got room to move. She's got Mackenzie wide, and that's where the ball goes. Alyssa Mackenzie, who's had Cartwright's number tonight. Mackenzie with the cross in. Crucial touch from Keach to head it away. Doesn't go far enough though. But Bernardi's there to tackle Arate. DaCosta. Off the head of grass. Now Burton. Can't get enough power on the header to direct it to Johnson. The Wanderers looking composed. Johnson bounces it back. Burton was tackled. Ball through the gap. And just too deep, Black. With good control of her box. And despite their losses, I've heard first here tonight that the Wanderers have signed Erin Gordon, who has been playing at Harvard University in the American collegiate setup and returns for her summer break to play with the Wanderers for next month or so. And she was set to return to Harvard, but some political news today with Donald Trump banning international students means that Erin is a bit confused about what her plans are. Whether she'll head back to the college system or remain in Australia. But a good pickup for the Wanderers. Got some junior Matildas experience and Australian schoolgirls experience. Barker steps away from grass. Barton back to Barker. Off the head of Cartwright. Tigers did well, working it from their left-hand side over to the right. Ball's with Keach. She's got Wilson making a run, and that's where the ball goes. Josie Wilson with much longer legs than Krista Oliva gets the ball first. But a lot of the crosses for the Tigers are just not quite in the right spot this evening. Jasmine Selvers gotten first to a lot of those balls in. Mackenzie. Cartwright did well under the pressure. Less so on the second time around. Foul committed by Mackenzie this time on Cartwright. And I think this game just goes to show you that in this league, so many of the teams, when they're on their day and having a good game, can match it with so many other teams. It's really competitive at this point in the season. As things stand, the Wanderers are in 9th place, Tigers in 4th, but it's been an end-to-end affair in this first half. And the Wanderers played strongly. The last sort of 10 minutes or so, they've had less defensive lapses or sort of moments of poor focus at the back. And they're matching it with this Tigers side, who are one of the heavyweights in the competition. Barker, just a disconnect between her and Sturgich there. Wrong ball played for the run. Nada steps forward to win it. Tries to cut around Mortlock, unable to do so. New Zealander, some good defence. Wilson, forward for Bernardi, inside to Wilson again. Longhurst, forward for Mortlock. Touch around Barton, and really good turn of pace to get there first. Barton, sliding challenge was needed and pulled off well. Just 30 seconds left in regulation of this first half. Bo Burton from the corner flag. The head of Arate, Oliva with the clearance. It's fallen to Cartwright, who winds up Johnson. And there's the opening goal for the Northern Tigers. Bit of a breakdown defensively for the Wanderers, and Hayley Johnson slots it home to make it 1-0 here. The dying stages of this first half, and it's a great way to head into the sheds if you're the Tigers. For the Wanderers, that's got a sting. Nearly made it to half-time unscathed. Just eventually, the pressure at the back proved too much for the Wanderers to withhold. One sort of tricky situation too many. And can they force a quick reply? Good piece of play there. Nada forward for Mackenzie. Getting forward in numbers. Sturgich able to turn inside. Back to Mackenzie now. Mackenzie with the cross. Headed away by Keach. The Tigers unable to finish that run of play because the halftime whistle is blown here at North Turramurra Recreation Area. For the home side, the Northern Tigers up 1-0 over the Western Sydney Wanderers.
Same thing again, but just face the other way. There we go. Lunges to return. Lunges to return.
That's why you're on the hill.
Back pedal. Then you're going to take off. Once you get past the blue gate, just open up with a couple of Alright, you're done. Through the gate, just open up with some curves. Good, body. Good.
Welcome back to the second half here at North Turramurra Recreation Area as the Northern Tigers up 1-0 over the Western Sydney Wanderers, getting us underway here. I'm Annabelle Banfield, and it's been a really even matchup, I feel. Probably the Tigers deservedly up one, but the Wanderers have held their own, and after 4 straight losses, they've shown they can bounce back. They've given the ball up cheaply there, though. Mortlock cuts inside. Mortlock with the cross. Cleared by McKenzie. Off the head of a lever, back to Mortlock. And off target on the shot from Charlotte Mortlock. The Tigers showing some good intent. They would have expected to be probably more dominant, at least in terms of the scoreline, after the end of that first half. As I said, they've strengthened this week. They've brought in Josie Wilson. Misha Anderson as well as on the bench. They are without their captain, Nikola Dominikovic, who's suffering from a slight injury after last week's matchup with the Spirit, but nonetheless the Tigers looking pretty good. Meanwhile, the Wanderers, they've lost names. Maya Lobo is out, as is Amelia Casa, both to the MacArthur Rams. Tali Capitanellis returns to her old side, Sydney University. And lots of those sort of big name players, those stars that were part of the A-League squad, have left since the transfer window opened up. And the Wanderers that remain have had to show a lot of resolve to sort of bind together despite losing those stars. DaCosta back up on her feet. We'll head to the side since she sought medical attention, but looks set to continue. And both teams come out unchanged after half-time, rolling with the starting lineups. Longhurst gets around Barton. Cross comes into Mortlock. Goal kick has been awarded. Mortlock scored a nice goal last week, just after half-time, and looked set to repeat that effort, but clutch defending from the Wanderers in that moment. Free kicks played back. Barker stretched for the pass but couldn't quite retain the ball. Isabella Cage looks for Burton. Costa was in the way. Now Arate. Dribbles well out of trouble. Ball forward for Amy Barker. And she's one-on-one here, Amy Barker! Flag is up, raised very late for the Wanderers. It was close, and I'm about in line with the linesman there. Touch and go, but offside is the decision. And that's disheartening for the Wanderers. Nonetheless, a really good play. So maybe it gives them a bit of confidence to know they can go on to score. Bit of commotion there between Longhurst and a couple of the Wanderers. Costa. Forward for Barker. Sturgic is forced back. Murray read the long ball well. Now Grass shows her composure. Murray goes long for Longhurst. Well controlled by the winger on the chest. Still with Longhurst. Turns inside Nada. Pass finds Mortlock. Now it's with Johnson. Cross comes in to Bernardi. Beth Bernardi's tackled by the Wanderers. Tigers win it back quickly though. Here's Mortlock with some great footwork. Cartwright, pressure coming. She shows good footwork and wins the foul. Footwork a bit too tricky for the Wanderers to handle on that occasion. Murray. Ball into the area. It's Longhurst. And Mortlock touches it around the keeper, Selva, who recovers well. Checking in on Saffron Grass, who it's all good to continue. The Wanderers, I think this is a real test of their character now. They're behind by one. They've had a tough run of results. They did put a ball in the net, but it was from an offside run. Can they get themselves back into this game? This young group, inexperienced group, needs to show some big maturity beyond their years here. Mackenzie sizing up Cartwright, looking to go around. Listen, Mackenzie gets the cross in towards the back post, and Zamaya's pushed to the ground. The ball likely would have floated well over her head, though. Wilson being allowed time on the ball. Back for Keach. Keach now getting pressed hard and escapes trouble well. She has Murray. Cartwright off Mackenzie. Longhurst thought she was sandwiched. The ref wants no bar of it. Both benches looking to give the referee a little bit of assistance in this second half. Nada. Boscanian inside for Arate. Now Zamaya back for Arate. One of the more experienced players on the pitch. And playing in that midfield role. Naturally has a lot of composure in her game, but also she's represented Portugal at youth level. Ball comes forward now for Nada. She's trapped in the corner here. Can she find a way out? No, great defending from Olivia Cartwright there. Excellent use of her body and awareness of where the boundaries are. Keach being allowed time on the ball. Wanderers just holding off on their press. They've won it back here with a lever. Dribbled inside and gets caught with the ball. And she's still down a lever. It was a tough challenge. Krista Oliva remains on her haunches. Scania now for Nada. And Nada sends it out, and just as Oliva returns to her feet. Murray, back for Black. I was just talking before about Erin Gordon, who's back on her break from the US. Jasmine Black is set to head over and start a collegiate career of her own after this summer break, off to Georgetown University in Washington, D.C. But for now, she remains goalkeeper for the Northern Tigers, signed only a few weeks ago after Anna Norton broke her fingers. And it's Black coming out now to get the ball. And the Tigers now, they're up 1-0 especially. We've seen them throughout this season play very patiently, and when they're allowed this much time, Wanderers not putting on a press right now. Tigers more than happy to wait for the right run. They probably didn't wait quite long enough there. The ball rolls all the way through to Selva. To Costa, did well to find Viscanian. Back for Barton. Now with Nada. And Nada's got some room to move if she can keep it in, which she couldn't. It looked like she'd have room to get onto the ball. I'm not sure if she didn't quite get to 100% speed, and that's why, or maybe the ball wasn't red well. Stajic nearly tackles Murray. Cartwright comes back to clean up the mess, and Myers pressuring Black. Gets the long ball off in time. Over the head of Nada. And Barton. Into the legs of Johnson. Wanderers throw. Johnson. Mackenzie's down. Cartwright with the yellow card. First substitution of the game will come for the Northern Tigers. Beth Bernardi exiting the field. And Misha Anderson making her first appearance as a Northern Tiger after signing from Perth Glory. Coming in to the midfield, naturally a central defender. Interesting to see how she slots into this Tigers squad. Early cross, finds Stajic. Annika Stajic. Wide for Mackenzie, cross back in off the back heel of Stajic. And now Barker! And that's a perfect opportunity that they've let go to waste there, the Wanderers. That shot had to be on target, and from close range, you'd imagine it would have been a tough effort for Black to save, but Barker sends the ball wide. Oliva makes the initial tackle. Tigers have it back. And there's a foul on saffron grass. Keach. Long and direct into the area. Silva's there. Nada. Longhurst is coming to apply pressure. Throw finds Stajic. Now it's with Barker. Amy Barker. Back for Talia Voskanian. Tricky pass towards Nada with Longhurst lurking. Great ball forward from Amy Longhurst. Hayley Johnson. This is her bread and butter. Hayley Johnson squares it from Mortlock. Back to Longhurst, who unleashes a strike that had plenty of power and very little precision, as that was a long way off target from Amy Longhurst. Nada, Barton. No advantage. We'll go back for the initial trip on Lauren Nada. Mackenzie. Good touch from Voskanian. Inside for Barker. Pressure's coming. Barker has Zamaya. Miriam Zamaya. Sends it behind the goal. It's good ball movement from the Wanderers. They just need the final strike to go on target and find the back of the net. Had a couple of good moves in these last few minutes. But they're not forcing Black into any saves. Or ideally for the Wanderers, putting it past the goalkeeper. Murray, square for Keach. Pressure coming. Press kicks into gear for the Wanderers. And they force a poor pass from Black, but the Tigers there to recover it. Wilson was offside on her run. Wanderers play it quickly. About halfway through this second half. And the Northern Tigers remain 1-0 up here against the Western Sydney Wanderers, thanks to a goal right at the end of the first half in the 45th minute for Hayley Johnson. Misha Anderson. Excellent ball forward, just slightly too far ahead of Bo Burton. And I'd imagine in first half Bo Burton may have gotten to that, but 64 minutes in, legs are just that little bit slower. Here comes the second substitution for the Northern Tigers. Off the field is Amy Longhurst, and on comes Isla Witham. And they are pretty fluid in the front line in terms of rotating players, but Isla Witham looks to be lining up as the striker. Good initial touch, almost tackled Oliva. Oliva's running away in all sorts of circles. Scarnian leaves it for Mackenzie. The throw will come. Murray. Nada picks up the ball, finds Mackenzie. Mackenzie squares it towards Studgic. Keach gets there. Barker makes the tackle. Back for Mackenzie. Pass was well read by Cartwright. The Wanderers are showing some good intent here. Can they find a shot? Mackenzie. Cross comes in towards the Maya, just over the head of the winger. Arate will pick the ball up in the corner. Beats Witham. Sienna Arate with the cross. Falls for Mackenzie. Cartwright blocks the effort, and it falls to Burton. Now with Barton. Two very similar names, just to confuse you all at home. Pressure releases. Can the Tigers settle things down a bit? Costa, pressure coming from Johnson. Got the pass away in time. Now Oliva is down. She's already been down once this evening. Linesman called a foul. Referee did not. Oliva's one of the smallest players on the pitch, and she's been down a couple of times. Don't think a foul's actually been awarded by the referee. It should be a drop ball here. Nada back for Barton. Barton with a risky pass. And luckily for the Wanderers, Witham didn't quite know where the ball was. Here's Oliva. Good turn of pace. Finds Barker inside. Wide for Mackenzie. Wanderers need more numbers forward. Mackenzie cuts in. And the handball has been awarded. It's now a question of, was it inside or outside the box? Wanderers are adamant that this should be lined up on the spot for a penalty. Northern Tigers quickly setting up a wall. They say just on the outside. And that looks to be what we're going with. Just outside. You'll need to check the video replay. All of you guys watching at home, do a quick rewind. Inside or outside there. Couple of close decisions going against the Wanderers. Can they make it happen anyway? And Arate had a good strike. It was on target, but Black with a better save. And as I was saying, the Wanderers have been hard done by. First on that offside goal that was tight when they thought they'd levelled things up. And then there, they thought the handball happened inside the box and they'd have a much easier shot at goal from the penalty spot. Does that fire them up? Does that make them angry and come even harder at these Northern Tigers? It's Olivia Vanderlaan lining up on the sideline. They're looking to inject her into this game, and she's scored a few goals this season. Mackenzie does well to keep it in after Nada had given up on the ball. Back to Selva. They've looked a lot better this second half, the Wanderers. Deemed fair by the referee. Scanian back for Barton. Pressure coming from Burton. She's found Arate. Now Nada. Good ball forward. Will Mackenzie get there before Murray? Murray did really well to send it out off of the Wanderer and win the throw. Bit of a change of the formation, or the players in the formation for the Tigers. Misha Anderson will play centre back, her preferred spot, and Savannah Murray steps in as the holding midfielder. And there's the substitution for the Western Sydney Wanderers. Olivia Vanderlaan comes in. Missed that, my bad. Tried to kick it over the fence. Didn't quite make it. Olivia Vanderlaan will spot a striker. Two very bright boots, two different coloured, very bright boots for the forward.
Same as Rams with the two. If you don't go, then you drop into the line. The centre back follows with the two strikers. Good. Go, Lisa!
Cartwright with the clearance. Johnson gets an important touch. Oliva's there. Barton. Ball forward, stopped by Cartwright. They're struggling to play forward here, the Tigers. It's the Wanderers who have the momentum as of late. Can they put something on the scoreboard to show for it? Great ball forward. Vanderlaan trying her best to get there. Black comes out just far enough. Nada brings it down for Barker. Back for Arate. Cross comes in. Misha Anderson with the header away. Mackenzie will keep this in. And puts in a good cross. Just past Vanderlaan. And off the back of Keach's head, and will be a corner. As I was saying, Tigers have had trouble defending corners recently. In 2 weeks, they've conceded 3 from the corner flag. 3 that were, in fact, directly curled in. Or what can Arate produce here? It's on her preferred side if she's looking to curl it in. Goes across the face. And Grass gets there first. Johnson screaming for it. That's where Grass goes. Great touch inside. And a ball forward for Burton. Steaming onto it. Nada. Just in time. Falls for Burton. Burton squares it for Witham. Cleared by the Wanderers. Falls for Keach. And Keach with a bit of an air swing there. Looks like. Perhaps something that'll get put on the bloopers reel at the end of the season for Isabella Keach. Uncharacteristic error from the centre back. Tigers win it back. Burton forward for Mortlock. Barton gets to the ball before Johnson. Now it's for the Arate. Wide for Oliva. Pressure's coming. Oliva gets rid of the ball in time. But it's too far for Vanderlaan. Barker for Mackenzie. Looking to go around Cartwright. Cross is headed away by Murray. Brought down by Barker. Back up into the sky by the Tigers. And the foul's committed by Nada. Falling for Johnson, and Hayley Johnson. Penalty is given. Brought down as she tried to shoot there, Hayley Johnson. And the Tigers will have one on the spot. Hayley Johnson, she's still in the hunt for the Golden Boot, I guess, after Sky Helmrich was held goalless last week. Can she put one away from the spot and double the lead? Johnson, and the Tigers extend their lead. Johnson slots it into the bottom left corner. And the home side now up 2-0 over the Western Sydney Wanderers with just over 10 minutes to play. Disappointing way to concede for the Wanderers, who had the run of opportunities in the last few minutes. Long ball forward for Mackenzie. Foul is not awarded. It's the throw in. It's the reason for the flag. Cartwright's walking to get this ball in quite a slow way. But why would you speed up when you're up 2-0? Looking to close out this game. Bit of confusion over whether it's a throw-in or a foul, and Cartwright wanted to take the free kick. Burton shows her strength. Mortlock's kept it in. Foul committed by Vanderlaan on grass. And Vosganian is really aggravated about an off-the-ball incident she had with Burton. Referee has got a lot of incidents to control here. Burton getting under the skin of these Wanderers. And here's Keach coming in to break it up as Burton and Arate were squaring each other up. People are getting talking to, but there's no cards for that clash. Two captains being called out to rein their players in.
I know that's fair, and I'll knock it down, but all it looks like, just put it on the halfway.
Savannah Murray winds up. Good effort. Great save from Jasmine Selva. Fantastic effort from the Wanderers goalkeeper to keep her side in the hunt here. Cartwright taking plenty of time. Wanderers want this ball back in play. Cartwright puts it past the goal. Burton keeps it in. Johnson off the crossbar. Apologise, that wasn't Johnson, it was Murray. Free kick for the Wanderers. Just under 8 minutes till we hit the 90. Grass wins the initial header. Johnson on the follow-up. Mortlock heading towards the corner. Trying to cut inside Nada. Has Johnson in support. Back for Cartwright. And Cartwright with the ball. Excellent ball for Witham, who can't keep it in. Arate. Quick 1-2 with her goalkeeper. Then she goes long. Once again, Grass with the header. Some really poor communication at the back for the Wanderers. All three players in the vicinity just letting it go, and Burton almost creeping onto the ball. These two teams both progress through to the knockout competition, the Sapphire Cup quarterfinals, with wins through the week. Northern Tigers beat Quakers Hill Juniors 14-0. Quite a whopping scoreline. The Western Sydney Wanderers beat League One women's outfit Nepean 6-0. The draws just happened. The Wanderers have their quarterfinal against UNSW, and the Tigers will have to take on Apia, one of two teams they've lost to so far this season. Wanderers looking for the long ball. Murray for Mortlock. Trying to cut inside. Nada was there. Now Mackenzie. And Murray. So just always be in that right spot. Wanderers with their second substitution. Off comes Alyssa Mackenzie. And into the action is Catalina Brzezinski. Barton back to Arate. Just 5 minutes remain. They're 2 goals down here, the Wanderers. They've kept it in with Barker. Ball over the top. Aimed for Zamaya. Keach gets there first, sends it over the sideline. For the Wanderers, time is ticking away. Despite their 6 losses on the season, they've been held goalless in just 2 games, so slightly uncharacteristic of them if they don't find a way onto the scoreboard. Tigers more than happy to take some time to get this ball back in play. The head of a lever. Zamaya for Stajic. Back to Miriam Zamaya. Ball forward for Vanderlaan. Early cross! And Brzezinski puts it away. The comeback is on here for the Wanderers. Now just 1 goal behind. Score here at North Turramurra. 2-1 the way of the home team, with about 3 minutes to go. Certainly getting exciting. And you'd have to say that was the best goal we've seen here this evening. Oliva squares it for Barton. Nada. Looking for the run of Brzezinski. Early cross. Important save from Jasmine Black. Ball still. Only just been awarded a goal kick. Black well and truly keeping her side in it with that save there. Acrobatic effort. And no doubt this goal kick will be headed long. Inside the final 2 minutes. Before injury time, that is. Barker wins the header. Stajic able to turn. Wilson looks to clear it, doesn't get very far. Barker back for a lever. Ball sent forward with Zamaya. Barker out wide. Cross comes in. Falls for Stajic. Brzezinski hits her shin pad. And it's Saffron Grass who dribbles out of trouble for the Tigers. With them now. And the Wanderers need to get some numbers back in defence. Wiskanian makes the initial tackle. It's Burton who's headed to the corner flag. Wanderers win the throw. Inside the final minute before we hit injury time. This is getting exciting here. Can the Wanderers find the equaliser? Zamaya copping a couple of pushes. Able to offload the ball. It's back with Zamaya. Wanderers throw. Burton keeps it in. And that was a silly foul. Yellow card given to Arate. And not only because they don't have the ball, but they also don't have control of the time here, the Wanderers. No doubt the Tigers take as long as they possibly can before kicking this free kick. The Wanderers aren't listening to their bench, aren't listening to the coach's instructions, and they may be made to pay. Tigers throw. Stuck in the corner. Wanderers bring it out. Almost. Another Tigers throw. This is pure game management here. Clock continues to tick down. There can't be too much injury time left. And they found a way out here. Wanderers throw. Quickly played to Barker. Sent forward by Vanderlaan. Murray with the header. And the lever jumps up. Can't quite get to the ball. Mortlock. Dribbles it out of bounds and then kicks the ball away. Early long ball from Arate. No Wanderers in the vicinity of the drop. Falls with Murray. Great ball forward for Cartwright. Cartwright with the cross in, and Barton concedes the corner. And that should nearly do it. For the Tigers, yes, they may They haven't quite escaped with this one yet, but if they do, I think it shows a team with great resolve that they can win tough games. They can win these close, nail-biting, freezing cold affairs, win at home. They aren't quite done yet, but they've got to throw in here. Goal kick to be taken. Goal kick wasn't taken, it was rolled out. You've got to actually kick a goal kick. Played forward. Big tackle from Burton. And that's what you need. Dying seconds of the game. Player who's played the full 90 to just sprint across the field. Let's put in an effort like that. There's 2 balls on the field here. Stajic, quick to clear it. Arate. Crossfield switch to Zamaya. Aliva sprinting forward. Zamaya on the throw. And there is the full-time whistle. The Northern Tigers get the win at home. 2-1 over the Western Sydney Wanderers. Goal right at the end of the first half for Hayley Johnson, and then she slots a penalty in the second for the Tigers. 2 goals. Catalina Brzezinski comes off the bench to score a late consolation goal for the Wanderers, but they couldn't finish off the comeback here at North Turramurra. I'm Annabelle Bamfield. Thanks for tuning in, and make sure you watch the rest of the NPL New South Wales women's action tomorrow on the Football New South Wales YouTube page.